Alright, we have the crankshaft damper. It's really hard to see. Sitting on TDC, okay? Where it's marked on the crankshaft damper. And if anybody's curious, that's TDC for cylinder 1 and 6, obviously, at the same time. If anybody ever wants to know. But anyway, we're taking a look here. We just got the cover off. And what I can see right away is we got a lot of rust down these coolant holes. Or something. Smells like rust. And we've got a lot of rust here on our coolant passages. I mean, it's just really bad. Pretty bad. Okay. And dried, it's like dried cruddy brown stuff. It's not, it doesn't even feel like rust. What do you think? It's sort of a mixture of rust and something else. Anyways, I ran Evans coolant in this thing for 600,000 miles. Okay, and then I switched it back over to red coolant. Now I flushed it probably 5 or 6 times very thoroughly when I switched it back over. And I didn't like the Evans coolant because it kept turning dark. And you know, it kept anodizing things, you know, and it would make the inside of things look you know, brown like this. So I didn't like it. That's my experience with it. Maybe I did something wrong, I don't know, but I flushed the engine pretty good when I put it in 600,000 miles prior, and I finally had to take it out because it kept turning really dark. It would stink really bad. So I don't know if it's the Evans that did that, or if it's the coolant I put in after I did that, which I put red coolant in, which I don't think it would do that, or if it was the flush process or anything like that. So I can't say for sure, but it sure don't look good. Do you think I would have a problem reusing this block and maybe running some flush through here?
Yeah, that's what I'd do, Rawze.
What do you think I should do to help correct that problem? Just run some flush through the system?
Yeah, I'd flush
after you put the new head on and get it back together 3 or 4 times? Could you help me do that?
Yeah.
What kind of flush do you think I should use? Some kind of...
I use, it's like a... I get it from Napa. I can't think of the name of it.
Will it get the rust out?
Yeah, it's
really.
It's pretty good.
Okay, so we can try to flush this thing and try to save it.
You don't want to use it on the engine that's got a bad head gasket, though.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna have a brand new head gasket. All right, so we're just now taking this thing apart, and we've got that's cylinder number 2. I don't know if you can see the liner really well in there. The cross hatching looks beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. Almost looks like a new cylinder still. This is 955,000 miles. The carbon ring is nice and even and straight around the top. It's got a little bit of carbon buildup. There's some carbon buildup on the pistons. I can't complain for 950,000 miles, 55,000 miles. It's never been apart, never been serviced, you know, up here. I've never had the injectors out, nothing. Cylinder number 3 looks really good, okay? And number 4 looks really good. 4 looks brand new almost, except for right there at the top, it's got a little wear. I mean, these things look so pretty. And cylinder number 5 obviously looks really good. I don't know if you can see that.
You'll never see the heat either.
No heat.
It needs to be a black, kind of bluish black looking.
Yeah, no heat damage, no bluish black. All looks really good. And we're at TDC on number 6. Let's roll the motor and look down inside number 6. That's the one where we had traces of coolant. And after 900,000 miles, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. But looky there. You can see clearly that this cylinder does not have that cross hatching. This cylinder has quite a little bit of wear in it down the cylinder walls. And you can see that it's washed out pretty good. So apparently that tiny coolant leak I had probably has been there for a very long time. That may have been what was causing my Evans coolant to turn dark too. You know, that may have been what was causing some of this other issues. Who knows? But I know that can't be great. But I can't complain. I mean, 900,000 miles. It doesn't use any oil. The engine never used oil. So even with it, you know, a little bit worn like that, it didn't really use any oil on me. You can also see there's a little more carbon buildup in that cylinder too, but it isn't severely worse than any of the others. So, and you were saying something about the the spray pattern of the injectors. Maybe you could show that.
I don't know if you can see it, but just see
You
the
can see
circular,
it on the camera. You can
the
see like
circular parts.
a little haze. Yeah.
It's, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's 7
and
circular hazes.
That's when the injector's here.
Yeah.
And the spray pattern hits the piston.
You can see over 900,000 miles where it was hitting in the same place.
Yep.
And is that in the correct position?
That's
it looks like it's like centered right around here.
That's,
is that correct? A little high, a little low?
From factory.
Probably a little high from factory.
Yeah.
But not bad.
This is perfect timing.
That's perfect timing.
The ones you have to worry about is when you see them flashing on the top of the piston.
When you see them circular out on the top of the pistons. Oh, okay. Or way down here in the bottom where it's, timing's too low. Well, this thing here has got really good programming in it then. I can say that. And it helps keep the oil clean too. So that's a good sign of good programming. Because that's all computer there.
Yeah, it's almost dead perfect.
That looks really good. It's amazing how much crosshatch is still on these things after 955,000. Especially me running a gallon of gear lube in the thing, huh? With the regular oil.
It's almost like it's got a coating. See how it's kind of yellowish?
Yeah.
Looking. It's kind of the same way as on the cans.
But it's not discolored. I mean, it looks beautiful. Wow.
It's like it was a protective coating.
Wow. And these are the old style liners. They do not have a step at the very top or the ring. These are the original style liners. So the new liners will have that step in them, and we'll have to use that special tool to assemble them with. So, all right, let's pull the head gasket off. Now let's be real careful because we couldn't put those plugs in because it wouldn't fit past that head gasket for some reason. So I got the plugs in my hand. I couldn't get them in anyway. So maybe peel the head gasket off really gently and put the plugs in. We need to wipe them off really good. They're dirty.
Yeah, Rawze, let's take a scraper and finish.
Yeah, let's clean some of that stuff off.
I'll take out a shop vac.
Wet it down a little bit too.
Let's see if I can...
Our mistake was we didn't clean really good here in the top of the head before we pulled it apart. So anybody watching this video, that's why you clean this area really well before you take this head off, because that stuff will come right down this wall, and then if you're not careful, go right into your oil passages down into the block, which is a really bad thing to happen. So we, in our haste in making our YouTube video, in my haste, I didn't clean it well enough, and I should have. So Rawze made a mistake. Uh-oh. So let's clean that up a little bit and get the head gasket off.